Hoi hoi, it's louisity again, and it looks like I'm going to create another PBB or Pinoy Big Brother bookish video. You know why? Because if you're watching PBB Collab, you would know that there is a little book club that was created, okay? Founded by Josh Ford, alright? So, I'm thinking, it's been, I've been doing this for years where I recommend books to some like ex-housemates. I even had this like video of me reacting to housemates like reading or, holding books, whatever. So I was like, you folks are in a book club. What if the master? Well, little self-confidence right over there, but what if I, the booktuber, recommend books for y'all, for you folks in the PBB Collab book club? Maybe you might discover some like hidden gems. Now, these books that I'm about to recommend, I'm basing it based on like my impressions about them, probably some stuff that I found out about them, whether it's bookish or a little bit personal, whatever. Hopefully they will give these books a chance, and if they do, hopefully they'll have a lovely reading experience, or they will get to know themselves more as a reader, because sometimes if we do not like the books, we get to know ourselves as a reader. So I was like, I thought that the last one that I did was going to be the last, but apparently, don't hold your breath. Anything can just happen, changes can happen, and here I am creating another Pinoy Big Brother and bookish video because there's a book club, y'all. There's a book club. So, without further ado, let's begin. I realized that I forgot to wear my earrings, so let me do that right now quickly. I'm going to wear my earrings right now. So, let me begin first with Kira. Now, Kira, I remember that like video from National Bookstore. Like one of her favorite books is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, and that book tackles like mental health. Like that's kind of like the core of the story. I know she loves the characters in the story, like she's rooting for them based on that clip from what I recall. And I wanted to recommend her. Now this isn't exactly like mental health per se, but one of the topics that it covers is mental health. And that would be Yolk by Mayor H.K. Cha. Now another topic that it deals with is sisterhood and family. Now, this also talks about like the complicated relationship of, between two sisters in the story, June and Jane. There, I remember the names. And I'm curious about what Kira's like thoughts are going to be about them. And yeah, it also tackles about identity because they are discovering like who they are and what they want. And hopefully this is something that Kira would enjoy, It's definitely not like a happy or a cheerful book, if you know what I mean. If you've read it, you would understand. It's kind of a little bit like somber, but hopefully, with that somber, folks who would read this would discover the beauty. Hopefully Kira discovers its beauty. And I have a reading vlog of my reading experience about this. Next is AC, and I know that she is from Canada, and I want to recommend a book, for her that would give her a bit of sense of the Filipino culture a little bit more, and I decided to recommend Wild Song by Candy Girlay. Now this explores, the Bontoc, or like, and of course the Igorot culture. So she will have like a glimpse of it. She will have a glimpse of the Filipino culture, and this book is set in St. Louis, Missouri, and hopefully anyone who's going to read this one would enjoy it. I have a reading vlog of it that explains the experience, and yes, hopefully people will enjoy this, and AC definitely will enjoy this one. This is like a middle grade preteen historical fiction book, and this is, like I said, it tackles topics about, you know, the Bontoc people, the Igorot people, you know, Philippines and their colonization, and it is something that could be like easy to digest, easy to consume, and at the same time it can spark curiosity, and you know, it can give you, like, at least on a surface level, an idea about like other cultures as well. So yeah. Now the next one, I know some folks say that she is not part of the book club, or you know, she's not like an OG member of the book club and all that stuff. But either way, I am going to include her in this video because I have a book in mind that I want to recommend. And I'm talking about AZ or AZ now. She is a beauty queen, and her like advocacy or platform is inclusion. And I thought of a better like a book that would like mix all those things: beauty queen, being inclusive. And I'm talking about You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. Now, if you're looking for a sapphic, you know, teenage love story, then definitely you can go for this one. You know, this is where our main character tries to join this like prom queen competition, you know, for a scholarship, but she has to like choose whether, you know, she is going to win or where she is gonna truly showcase herself out there in her school. So yeah, there's some like, you know, lovey-dovey thing going on because like her competitor, she's gonna fall in love with her. So yeah, I think AZ or AZ is gonna like this one. Charlie is bubbly and playful, and I want to recommend her a book where, you know, she can like cherish her like teenage years, and that would be Bola Bola by Ana Garanga. Now this is set in like a Filipino high school, which is if you have a great Filipino high school life, or if you're looking for like a more ideal Filipino high school life, definitely this would be a good one. It gives like a nostalgia of like Catholic school kind of vibes, and it gives you an idea of how to live as a teenager here in the Philippines. So hopefully Charlie's gonna enjoy it. And finally, I am going to recommend a book to the founder of the PBB Collab book club, and that is Josh. Now, I think that Josh is someone who would enjoy like a book that tackles with characters that are strong, wise, and warrior. There's something about like those characteristics that I see in Josh for some reason, and that made me recommend a book, Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. Now this is the first book in the Tristan Strong series, written by Kwame Mabalia. Now I have a reading vlog of this one, so yes, you can find out more about my thoughts and my reading journey. By the way, I forgot to mention I also have like a reading vlog for Bola Bola. Forgot to mention that in the previous clip, but anyway, back to Tristan Strong. Now, this is a book that has a character that is coming to their own terms, you know, in terms of like, you know, their strengths, their abilities, basically, you know, not really just identity, but like what they can bring, you know, what they can like, you know, embracing their strengths, you know. The character here is more into like creatives. Tristan is more into creatives, so like writing poems, you know, poetry, you know, creating stories, if I got it correctly. But anyway, he has this creative mind, and that is something that I think that Josh would enjoy. Some of these coming to their own terms, embracing their strengths, and there's like a lot of wisdom, which I think that, you know, somebody like Josh, and hopefully you folks that are watching, you know, if you give this book like a chance, would enjoy reading. So yeah. Just to say again, if I have a reading vlog for any of these books, I'll put the links down below in the description box. So let me know your thoughts about the books that I mentioned, or if you have any books that you would like to recommend to our book club members of PBB Collab. So yeah, and if you've made it this far, leave like this emoji where there's like a paper that is like curled. So yeah, I hope you folks liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, click that subscribe button and hit that little bell icon somewhere down there to keep yourselves posted about my videos. And also put down links and handles on my social media accounts, so feel free to check me out and follow me there and support me there as well. As always, thank you so much for watching. Always be thankful and unleash the reader in you. Bye, y'all.